I watched this video a second time and I realized that I had to resave the quest a second time in order for it to show up on the map. This has been a bug before that Mick has squashed, and apparently it's come back. We'll get that fixed and you won't have that issue in the future. But for right now, just understand that if it happens, just resave, make a little change, resave that same quest again, and it'll pop up. And I forgot to mention that quest pods can be completed in any order, like my daily quests. If a kid is absent for several days, they're not required to go back. They're encouraged to, but they're not required to. But in order to receive the achievement, they have to do all of the quests in the pod. Now, this brings us to achievements and badges, which are exactly the same thing, and you can call them something else. This is the customizable part of Game On. But in essence, they're all the same. So on this quest map, the design challenges, I have a lot of achievements that are assigned to some of the quests. And some of these I've picked up and some of these I haven't yet. And it's going to be the same way for the students because these are pods able to be completed in any order and not necessary to complete them all. And you can see down at the bottom, I have not assigned any achievements for completing any of these map sections, these child maps for design challenges. However, back in the daily quests, let's go back to semester 1, and you're going to see that these achievements, badges, whatever, are assigned after having completed all these. You see all these are not grayed out, so I've completed all these, you can see by the green. And let me show you how both of these are assigned. First of all, you have to go to the achievements section. And in the achievements, which you get to either through this, and it may say badges, it may say achievements, depending upon how you've set up your options page, or if you're on the back end, you click right here. And we are managing our achievements. Now, I cheated off screen and created the parent achievement. And if you watch the, getting started with maps and map sections or child maps, that video, you'll see how to create that. You just title it, don't assign it to a parent, and click Add New Achievement. But now we need to add a badge that's related to this achievement. So let's go ahead and do that. And the way we do it is let's give it a title, call it RAM1 Pod, and because this name is going to show up on the stats panel. And if I remember, I'll show you that at the end. And then we want to assign this to the parent because just like you can't assign a quest to a map itself, you have to assign achievement to this parent. You don't have the same two-level hierarchy because it's unnecessary. You can add a description, but depending upon your theme, it may or may not show. So what's important is that you add an image. And if you forget to add an image, you can always come back and edit the badge or achievement in order to add it then. But let's go ahead and add that image right now. You can select something from your media library or upload a file. It's kind of important you haven't used this same image in any prior here. I'm having trouble talking and thinking at the same time. So here I've made a little demo badge, and you can see it's 500 pixels by 500 pixels. I tend to keep these square because they show up nicer. I kind of have OCD, and it's a JPEG. And of course, you can't upload a PSD or an Illustrator file. It's got to be a JPEG, PNG, GIF, whatever you want there. And we'll go ahead and choose that. And then once it finishes uploading, we select it in order to add it. Let's give it a title though, because this title is going to show up in the stats panel. So we're going to call it a RAM1 Pod, and we're imagining that this pod is going to have lots and lots of different quests. We only have one there right now. So let's assign it to that pod, and now it's going to show up there. So once it gets loaded, we can see it here. And now this is selectable. like I said before, these parents, they're not selectable. You have to assign the individual badges to a parent. Now, if we wanted to assign it to the quest, we'd come down to completion messages and rewards, click here, and you mentioned the pull-down menu, and yeah, these show up right here, and we could select this in order to assign it to that quest. I'm going to go ahead and delete that and not assign it to that because I want to come back to the quest map and show you how to assign it to this, to the map child, the map section. So let's go ahead and come here. These are the quest maps. So now we edit this child map. Remember, we're in quest maps now. We're not in achievements. And I know this can be kind of confusing, but if you make a little cheat sheet, it's not confusing at all. So which achievement do we want to assign to this quest map? And that is the RAM 1. And once this pops up, you're going to see we can't select the parent, but we can select the child. We're going to update this, and hopefully that exact same bug won't show. But if it does show, then we're going to know, and I'll tell Mick, and he'll get that fixed. And in no time, this won't be a problem anymore. So now, if we come out to our quest maps and refresh this page, this badge should show up right here. And of course, because this was the last quest map I loaded, when it refreshed, it went ahead and jumped to that quest map because these remember where you were last. And here we have the achievement, which shows up and it's grayed out because you have to complete this quest in order to receive it. If we come out to this quest and go ahead and complete this, we've received our achievement. We get our experience points in gold, which are what the gold is affected by the health modifier. And then if I come to my stats panel, you're going to see that we have this new achievement that shows up right here. And there it is, not grayed out. You can see these other ones are grayed out, and it tells the students which badges they have earned and which ones are yet to be earned. Really a cool system, and I hope that makes sense. This stays there until you click it, and then it disappears.